Healing. So what we're getting into the topic of healing, but through the eyes and the perspective of the greatest healer humanity's probably ever seen. So how Jesus went about getting so famous and how he drew crowds to him so in such a short time. So his approach to healing was extreme. You can call it very advanced or very extreme by today's standards, any standards. So this is like caution. This is extremist content we're about to get into. It's very threatening to our ego, right? His healing, it bypassed all the physical ways of taking a long time to recover, medicine, healing. So to the average person, it's actually threatening. It's a little scary and uncomfortable because when people would come to him left and right and he'd just say, "You're healed, stand up, you're not crippled, just literally stand up," and they stand up. So what kind of laws is he working by? Because it's not the conventional laws of the world of physics. From his perspective state, where he is operating in the realm of oneness, he is aware of our oneness. Everything is light, everything is joined, everything is all energy. There's nothing wrong or out of place or bad from his level of consciousness. So when he sees people, he doesn't see the disease or anything wrong. He sees their true self. He sees their pure, highest divine self. He sees their perfect self, and he speaks right to that. And so he doesn't acknowledge, it doesn't matter what condition, he doesn't have the DSM book and figure out details. He just sees the pure divine self and saying, "I see you, stand up, there's nothing wrong with you." But that's pretty advanced level, right? You have to know who you really are. This whole journey, any spiritual journey anybody on the planet is on, you're really, in one sense, you're just waking up to what you really are. Because we think we're this person, and you've got problems with your grandma and your mother, and your this problem and addiction and on, but that's all, again, associated to the body, your identity as a imperfect body, as a crippled body, as a tired body, as a lacking in vitamins body. It's all body identification. But ultimately, one of the number one principle in the Course in Miracles is got 50 miracle principles, 50 principles of miracles. Number one, and it just reminds us throughout the whole rest of the text, there is no order of difficulty in illusions. There is no hierarchy in illusions. So basically anything in the world that's material, it's not that one thing could be more difficult to achieve than another thing. We think overcoming cancer is definitely much more difficult than something very minor. And that's already a mistake. Because, again, in Jesus' vision, he's like, there's no cancer. You've made up an idea that something is, one part of this illusion matrix is more difficult to overcome, but it's actually an illusion, is still an illusion, is still an illusion. Inside of a dream at night, which part of the dream is more real? Or there's no hierarchy within a dream. It's all a dream. You just wake up in the morning and the whole dream is gone. You're awake. That's the ultimate healing. So how long does it take to wake up? It's a snap. It's back to the holy instant that the Course is directing us towards. Being able to slow down, address the blockages and the dark spots and all those grievances and knots that we're still withholding within ourselves, and face it, acknowledge it, because we're scared to look at it. We are in denial of all of our scary things we don't want to look at. We're really in denial. That's kind of the only problem. Once we face what we don't want to face, all the scary memories, ugly memories about ourselves, anything in the past, once we get over it and stop making a big mountain out of an anthill, with the light of awareness and love, to look on all of our scary things in us just with non-judgment and love and acceptance, and saying, oh my God, my whole life I was running away from that thing, so it's forgiving that, shining light on it. It wasn't that really big of a deal. And so then our awareness back to that true self we are naturally rises. So back to slowing down, tuning in, and you can feel the swirl in your heart, you can sense the light we keep talking about. That's part of the light realm. That's the heaven realm. That is what's true and real. That is where people like Jesus are living in permanently, in that light realm. And so we can see illusions. An illusion is basically, again, anything that's denying that light, blocking that love, right? We're pushing away love. Pushing away love is the big block. Yeah, absolutely. So it's only truth or the denial of truth. That's simple. That's how it is. There's only pure truth, the divine reality. We don't have any problems in the divine reality. But in this realm here, we have every problem. So we got to stop associating with this realm, stop identifying with all of our problems as a body. This person said this to me, their body said something to my body. So that's where the problems live. And if we only ever try to deal at this level of form, fixing form with other form, you're still within the dream. You're still not awake. You're still just going to have more problems eventually, going on and on and on. So the ultimate healing out of all of it is wake up. I mean, the Course in Miracles is one demonstration of how to do that. Stop buying into the illusions, into the dreams, and total self-forgiveness. Forgiveness of others, which is really a deeper reflection of us. Forgiving them is really forgiving ourselves. And then that we can just be in more remembrance, more memory of, oh yeah, the perfect self we are. The perfect self, what we actually are, is perfect and beautiful, healthy and vibrant. If we're truly aligned with our true nature, the body will be very healthy. It will do anything we needed to carry out the rest of our life on earth here while we carry on with our function as the light of the world. The body will be perfectly suitable instrument. Healthy, it says. Right, we just gotta illuminate all our garbage and stop holding on to it. Holding on to it takes forms such as, I'm gonna sulk at home because I just feel miserable about myself and I don't like myself. I'm going to be hard on myself. That's all a self-attack. Being hard on yourself, judging ourselves, feeling guilty, not wanting to go out in public because you just want to crawl at home and stay in a dark hole. That's a self-attack, and that's the attack preventing us from actually healing. It's the opposite of healing.
Well, I remember that line of to not turn against yourself. Is that from this?
Yourself.
It's like an assault on yourself.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the opposite of healing.
It is totally diametrically the opposite. So what the hell is it in us that doesn't want to heal? So we're going to read into that a bit more. But it is ultimately, here's the power, here's the extremist content. The decision is in our mind. It's a decision we are making in our thoughts, in our mind, which has nothing to do with the body, nothing to do with the actual disease or illness, nothing to do with what they're doing to you, nothing to do with the toxins coming at us. Right? If we know we are the light of God, any toxins can come at us. We're just like, it doesn't affect us. Doesn't affect us. Our aura is powerful and vibrant. You're invincible. Invincible. It uses the word invulnerable quite often. We're not vulnerable. We're all powerful. That's the most advanced extremist, right, stance.
But until we get to that point, so we still have to take organic food.
Okay, yes. Okay, so we're going to read about that, yes. Because that is such a leap. No, not many here are ready to just jump like that to invincible level. It's far beyond our belief system still. It's way, you may be listening to this and contemplating it, but it's beyond our belief capability to just take on this massive truth and just believe it and never go back to the lower ways. We will continue here to be normal, meaning we're going to continue to take our vitamins, take our meds, go to our healings. These are all the special agents it refers to that our belief system uses. It's still, we need it. It's normal. It's normal. Just keep taking it, right? Don't not be normal. But at the same time, the end goal, this is quite a lofty end goal. But I mean, once you realize that end goal, then you've fully graduated. You're awake out of all your lifetimes. The reincarnation cycle is done. You're graduated. You're now in the higher densities, higher dimensions. No more need for repeating the same stuff on Earth, which is always working with your form body and other forms bodies, and it's all form, which is again part of the dream.